Hi there, in today's video I'm going to show you how I use several different punches to make this little chick that I use to top our 1x8 cellophane bag. I made these little treats for my nieces and nephews for Easter this year. So let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of Daffodil Delight cardstock, and we're going to use the circle punch, scallop circle punch, to punch out the scallop circle. We also need two little hearts. This is the small heart punch. We need two of those in the daffodil. And then I'm using my Itty Bitty Shapes circle punch. And I just need one of those. And then I need some Whisper White cardstock. Also, I need two of these circle punches. And these are about 3/8 of an inch circle. And then I'm using Calypso Coral cardstock. I'm just using scraps for this. But to get her little beak, I'm going to use the 1-inch square punch. And I'm just measuring this. You can kind of see, I'm just putting that into the corner so that I'm getting about a 3/8 inch square. So I've got my little square. And then the Boho Blossoms punch, I'm going to use these two flowers, these two largest flowers. So I'll just place that. It doesn't even matter if I get the whole flower for the large one, because I'm just going to use a couple of those petals for her feet. And then Basic Black, and I'm using the Owl Builder punch, and I just need these two circles for her eyes. And these are about 5/16, I think, inch circles. Okay, so now that I have all of my pieces punched, I'm going to take the Calypso Coral ink pad and my sponge dauber and just kind of give her a little bit of rosy blush here in the center of the scallop circle. Don't know if you can see that on the video, but it's just giving a little bit of blush to her face. And then I'm going to take the small flower and I'm going to add a glue dot just to the bottom edge of this flower. These are kind of the little feathers on the top of her head. I'm going to attach that to the back side of the scallop circle, and it just goes right on like that. And then I'm going to take the large circle, and I just want a couple of these petals for each of her feet. And I'll just cut this out, and I want to leave enough room. This is kind of going to end up in a heart shape. I want enough room on this top edge so that I can attach it, get the adhesive on it to attach it. So there's 2 feet. Because this is such a small area, I'm going to use the liquid glue. And I'll just put a little dab of that at the top of the feet. And then I can just position these behind the back side of the scallop circle. And here's the other. So she's got her little feet. And then I'm going to go back and use a glue dot to attach these little hearts. These are the feathers on the side, on the front. Okay, so there's her wings, her little feathers. And then you can, I just kind of curl these up a little bit to give dimension, a little more dimension so you can see the feathers. And then you're going to take the Daffodil Delight circle and use your paper snips to just cut that right in half. These will be used for her eyelids. And now we can go ahead and start assembling her eyes. So the best way to do this is to take your liquid glue and just put a little dab of that glue on your little white pieces. I'm going to just adhere the black circles to the white circles. Okay, and then you can just add a little bit of liquid glue again to the tops of the eyes. Then you can just grab the little eyelids and stick those into place. And you'll want, well, I'm going to go ahead and put both of these on here. And then once you have them on, you can kind of position them where you want them. Then when you've got those in place, then you can go ahead and just do a couple of dots. Ooh, that's a little more than I wanted, but just a tiny little bit of liquid glue, and then you can just go ahead and attach the eyes. And once you have them on there, then you can kind of just move them where you want them. Got a little bit of time to play with this before the glue dries. Okay, so now that her eyes are on, I'm going to take this little square, this Calypso Coral square, and I'm going to fold it in half diagonally, so from point to point there on those corners. I'm just going to fold along that line, and once you have it folded, you can take your bone folder and just give that a good crease. So there's her little beak. And then again, I'm just going to add some liquid glue. And put that in place. Okay, now you're ready to go ahead and get the Calypso Coral. This is Calypso Coral 1/8 inch organdy ribbon that is in the celebration brochure. It is a free product. It comes in a ribbon and brad pack. And then you're just going to take the ribbon and tie a bow for her head. I just start with my bows bigger, and then I kind of shrink them down. Just keep pulling on those ends until I get it to the size that I want. And then just trim that off. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can just use a glue dot, and you're going to probably have to pinch that in back there so that it's behind the knot, and then you'll just put that into place right up here, and then you can just trim these edges of the bow. So there's your little chick. Now it's ready to go ahead and attach to the cellophane bag, and I've got one already filled here. These are just Starburst jelly beans, and they fit in there perfectly. And I'm going to use a dimensional and attach that to the back of the chick. And then I can go ahead and attach her right to the front of the bag. Okay, now I just realized that I forgot to put the little dots on his eyes. And so I've got my white gel pen, and I can just add a little circle. Okay, so now your treat bag is really finished, with the exception of the jelly beans. All of the products that I use to make this can be purchased at my online store, and I provided the web address for you on the screen. And also remember this organdy ribbon. It's the Everyday Enchantment organdy ribbon and brad pack, and you get this Calypso Coral ribbon, Lucky Limeade that's just like this, and then really cute designer brads that match the two. Those are all free when you spend $50 during the celebration promotion, which ends on March 31st.